Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Chew. I'm Robert Wallace. This is the place where we ask, am I choosing the way of Jesus, or am I choosing my own way? Now, in case you're thinking that we might have left Hebrews 11 behind, we haven't. It's just that I want to focus on the three stories that I shared yesterday. And we looked at their faith, the faith of everyone involved, those who sought Jesus and Jesus himself in the Father's plan. Now, you might remember we've been looking at the ways God's mission and God's call work out in the lives of those who believe. To believe is to have faith, and faith leads to action in our lives. Well, today we're going to look at these same three passages. However, we're going to be focusing on the love of God through Jesus. After all, the love of God is seen in the lives, or in the life and actions of Jesus. Now, Mary knew that Jesus loved Lazarus and that Jesus would come. Jesus knew that God the Father had a greater plan, a plan that would bring glory to the Father and to the Son. Listen to what Jesus says is recorded in John chapter 11, verse 4. This sickness will not end in death. No, it's for God's glory, so that the God's Son may be glorified through it. A lot of things that we see is God working through individuals and into the lives of others. Now, Jesus knew that God's love never fails, and part of the lesson for us is that God's love will bring us through the trials and the storms of this life. In the same passage in John 11, the shortest verse in the Bible reveals the deep love and care that both God and Jesus have. The verse simply reads, Jesus wept. Don't we know that God's heart hurts for us when we suffer loss? Of course it does. Jesus has shown us the Father in himself. How about the love of God towards the Gentiles? We find that in the stories of the Greek woman and the Roman centurion. It's there. Jesus told the Greek woman that he was there for God's children, and yet, because of her faith, Jesus loved her and healed her daughter of the demon. And then the love of Christ met the Roman centurion by healing his servant because of the man's faith in Jesus. The faith we see is action. Action by both Mary, a Jew, and these Gentiles. And their actions reached the heart of God and brought healing through his love. Do you see the truths in Hebrews chapter 11, verses 1 and 6? You may recall that I said these are the two verses that we want to hang on this week. Go back and read Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 and verse 6. Do I see how God's love reached out to everyone? Do I see that God's love is without boundaries? Do I see how hope is found in loving God? Am I listening to the Holy Spirit today? Am I going to choose the way of Jesus today that leads to a full life, or am I going to choose my own way? Now, I'm praying that you'll go back and you'll read these stories, you'll read these passages, you'll read our two key verses for this week. And as you do, invite the Holy Spirit to give you eyes to see and ears to hear God's truth from his word. Have receptive hearts and minds to receive these truths. And then take a step of action in faith today, in the love of God, with the same boldness, commitment, and courage of Jesus, and do what the Holy Spirit is leading us to do. I pray you'll have a wonderful day, my friends. Go in the peace of God. Blessings to you. Bye for now.